World Cup qualifying campaign cranks it up a notch over in Africa as we enter the second round. Who's going to get themselves in the right direction and who's going to be on their way out? We'll take a little look. Next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we look forward to match number 1 over in the second round of qualifying campaign over in Africa for the World Cup out in Qatar, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and get you bang up to date with all things World Cup related, African football related, world football related. We're going to know here. No one, Ruski, that's right, of course we're going doing something we've never done before, and of course take a little grand look at it, the World Cup qualifying campaign over in Africa. We'll get to that in just one second, of course. Big shout out to the VIPs. They are my brothers from another mother, that's right, they are the Patreons, boys and girls. If you want to support the channel in another way, that's the best place to do it. Check out the link down below. So here we go, this is going to be a hit and miss, of course. We're going to have a prediction league for this, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not too sure what's going on over in Africa about the football, fans in the stands, all that, but it is the what is it? What do they call it? Confederation of African Football, something like that. That's what it is. But of course, we're gonna give it a best shot at this one. So let's get into it then. Of course, recap. Of course, the state of the play in the moment. These are, of course, the second round of matches. Of course, they're into the new groups, and these are those groups. We're gonna take a little look at them. Of course, Group A. It's right here. We've got Algeria, Burkina Faso, Djibouti and Niger in there, of course. As for Group B, we have Equatorial Guinea, Mauritania, Tunisia and Zambia. Of course, maybe Tunisia your favourites on this one for that group. Into Group C. Cape Verde, Central African Republic on that one, Liberia and Nigeria as well. Group D has Cameroon, Ivory Coast. Look at that, zinger chicken dinner right there. Malawi and Mozambique as well for a very difficult Group D to call. Group E has my boys, my brothers from another mother. Kenya, my mans. Of course, Mali's in there, difficult one that. Rwanda and Uganda as well. Group F has Angola, Egypt, Gabon, of course, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's team there, nation, and Libya as well. Group G has Ethiopia, Ghana, South Africa, another difficult one, Zimbabwe as well, with Macaulay Bon. Is he up there? Is he going to get games? Of course, Congo in Group H alongside Namibia. Ryan Nyambi's boys, the Namibian Cafu, Senegal and Togo. Makes it a difficult Group H. In Group I, it's the Battle of the Guineas. It's Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. Morocco are in there. Sudan as well. And Group J is Benin. Of course, Rudy Gested's nation. Of course, Democratic Republic of Congo, Madagascar and Tanzania. They make up your groups. But let's have a look at, of course, the Prediction League status. Of course, here it is. If you want to get involved. It's brand new, squeaky clean. You can get right in it to become leader of the pack. To do that, you've got to go to Cutley, WC, the bottom there, you can see it right there, or get your smartphone out, take a picture of the old QR code, it'll send you straight there. Of course, now this will be a static link, which means it'll be the same link for each and every one of the games that we do, and of course we're going to do a couple of them over the next few days. This actually might be part 1 of match number 1, so we will be back and of course explore that a little bit later. Alrighty then, let's get going and then take a look at, of course, the next round matches. Now these games will take place over the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of September. This is match day number 1 for round 2 over in Africa. We can kick it all off with a tricky one, which is Mauritania up against Zambia. That's right, taking place on the 3rd of September. This will be, according to my brain anyway, the first time they play each other. Heading into this, of course, Mauritania 58% form, of course, the opposition 50% form at the moment. Of course, 58% form for Mauritania is 3 wins from the past 4 games. As for Zambia, coming to just 1 win at the past 4 games for them. That 1 win was against Botswana, of course, over in the whatever this was, the CSOSFA group, whatever that is. Maybe it's the Copa America, the Cup of Nations, maybe qualifying campaign. But anyway, they did draw with South Africa last round, and of course lost to Etswani way back when. Meanwhile, Mauritania did beat Yemen. Also beat Liberia as well in the past 2 games, of course. Losing to Algeria as well, not too far away, of course. And of course, both of these 2 sides heading into this on a squeaky clean bill of health over in the group, which is, of course, Group B. But I'm going to go with, on this one, tough one to call. I'm going to go with Zambia in this one. I'm playing it again, pissing against the wind here because I really don't know too much about these nations, of course. Next up, of course, we have Tunisia. I do know a little bit about Tunisia. They're going to be taking on, of course, opening day for them up against Equatorial Guinea. Now, this game also takes place on the 3rd of September. I think 3 o'clock kickoff also in Group B. Plays the 5 times for 2012. 3 wins for Tunisia, 1 win for Equatorial Guinea. The biggest win for Tunisia over Equatorial Guinea was a 3-1 win. The biggest win, the only win for Equatorial Guinea, was a 2-1 win. They came into this on a 50% form, winning, losing just once in the past 4 games. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat the past 6 for Tunisia. Of course, 75% form, of course. Last time around, they played each other in Tunisia. Was a 2-1 win for Tunisia. In fact, it's 1-2-3. 3 wins on the spin for Tunisia over Equatorial Guinea. Of course, that one and only defeat for Tunisia was Algeria. Meanwhile, they actually played each other last time around. Well, last time that Equatorial played a match was back in March 2021 as a 2-1 win for Tunisia, and that was also in the African Cup of Nations qualification campaign. That was back in March. Of course, heading into this, of course, both sides will fancy the chances on this one, but I think I'm going to go with Tunisia to take it to the house. Big on this one, 3-0 win as well. Next, of course, Nigeria up against Liberia. Let's take a look at this one then. Also locking horns over the next few days. Where is it? These two sides have never played each other, according to Mark Brain as well. Of course, over in Group C. Of course, trying to get themselves up in the right direction, they'll need a win. Of course, heading into this Nigeria, 50% form for them without a win in 3. Of course, as for Liberia, they're coming to this 25% form without a win in at least 4 matches. Actually, lost 3 of the past 4 matches. Well, the only positive was a draw. That draw was against Botswana, was a friendly. Of course, Nigeria have been busy with some friendlies. They did lose to Mexico, drew with Cameroon, also lost to Cameroon as well in the back-to-back friendlies over the course of the month of June. Of course, Nigeria are chief whipping, or they are, of course, one of the bigger boys over in African football. And of course, they'll fancy the chances to get to the World Cup once again in Qatar. For me, I'm going to go with a win on that. Got no odds on this. 3-0 win, a big one as well. Of course, they've got some real big-time players playing in top flights around Europe as well. So next up, of course, we have Mozambique. They're going to be taking, of course, Ivory Coast. Another tricky match over in Group D. Of course, played each other 2 times since 2008. 1 win for Ivory Coast, nothing for Mozambique, and 1 draw. That one and only win for Ivory Coast was a 1-0 win back in the Ivory Coast back in 2008. The one and only time they played in Mozambique was a 1-1 draw. It was a World Cup qualifying match back in 2008. Coming into this Ivory Coast, unbeaten in the last 6 games, picking up 83% form. Meanwhile, Mozambique coming to 42% form, back-to-back defeats for them, losing to the likes of Eswatini and South America, of course, over in what's appears the COSFA. Maybe it's a South African Football Cup knockout. I don't even know what it is. But of course, Ivory Coast coming to drawing with Ghana, beating Burkina Faso, beating Ethiopia as well. A very, very impressive run over the fellow African nation sides. They'll fancy the chances on this one. Of course, the bigger boys of the Didier Drogba days are done, but of course they are still a difficult nation to beat. I think they'll come out on top with a 3-1 win on this one as well to give themselves a fantastic start. Next up we have, of course, Cameroon taking on, of course, Malawi, taking place also on the 3rd of September. Played the 2 times in 2018. 1 win for Cameroon, nothing for Malawi, and 1 draw. That one and only win for Cameroon was a 1-0 win, and that was way back 2018 in Cameroon's African Cup of Nations qualification match. Of course, back then. Of course, heading into this, just that 1 win over the last 6 matches for Cameroon. Of course, they're losing. In fact, yeah, just 1 win out of the past 6. That's a 32% form. Meanwhile, the same can be said for Malawi, 1 win in the past 6, but that's going back a bit. That 1 win was against Uganda back in March. Of course, Cameroon's one and only win was against Nigeria, of course, not too long ago as well, back in the month of June. I do expect Cameroon to get themselves off to a flyer here with a 2-0 win on this one, especially considering it is at home. Next up we have Zimbabwe taking on South Africa, that's right. Of course, this match also taking place in and around about that same time. I'm trying to find it. Zimbabwe, there we go. Taking place on the 3rd of September, that's right. Played 3 times in 2010. 2 wins for Zimbabwe, 1 win for South Africa, no draws. Of course, the biggest win for Zimbabwe was a 2-1 win. The one and only win for South Africa was a 3-0 win. That 3-0 win was back in South Africa way back when in 2010. Last time played though in Zimbabwe was a 2-1 win for Zimbabwe. It was a friendly back in November 2011. Heading into this though, 92% form for South Africa. They're looking very, very good at the moment. Meanwhile, Zimbabwe coming to 33% form without a win in 5. Of course, that win was against Botswana way back in the African Cup of Nations qualification back campaign back in March 2021. Of course, Senegal, South Africa have beaten the likes of Senegal, maybe on penalties. Of course, Mozambique, Lesotho, Eswatini, and Botswana over the last 6 games. So, beating their fellow African nations, of course, they'll fancy the chances to continue that this time around. A tough one, this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win there for South Africa on the road, which will give them a big old boost heading into the national number 2, which of course will be right around the corner as well. Next, of course, we have Ghana. They're going to be taking on, of course, Ethiopia. That's right. Of course, locking horns over in Group G. They played each other 3 times in 2014. 3 wins out of 3 for Ghana, nothing for Ethiopia, and no draws. Their biggest win for Ghana over Ethiopia was a 5-0 win. That was way back last time they played each other in Ghana, of course, back in 2017. It was African Cup of Nations qualifying match back in the day. Of course, heading into this, though, 50% form for Ghana, just 1 win in 5 for them. Meanwhile, Ethiopia coming to this 50% form, winning 3 of the past 6 games. Of course, heading into this, those wins include wins over Madagascar. They also beat Niger as well, and also Ivory Coast. Wow, we were. So they ain't no slouches. As for Ghana's win, that one only win was against Sao Tao and Principale, of course, African Cup of Nations as well. They also beat Sudan in that cluster of 6 games as well, losing to the likes of Morocco and Sudan as well. Both sides will fancy the chances, but I think Ghana will nick this one. 3-1 win, big one as well, to get themselves off to a flyer, and of course a foot, or not foot, but of course a leap towards Qatar 2022. Next up, of course, one of the bigger boys as well, Morocco against Sudan. This match is taking place on the 2nd of September. Of course, heading into this one, Morocco 92% form. Of course, they've actually played each other just one time. It was a draw. Of course, heading into Sudan, 67% form, just 1 defeat the past 5 for them. Of course, that 1 defeat was against Zambia. As for Morocco, of course, winning 5 of the past 6, beating the likes of Burkina Faso, Ghana, Burundi, Mali, and of course Cameroon. Guess what? They're unbeaten. They haven't had to concede a goal in the last 6 games. So they fancy a chance on this one. Of course, the one only time they played each other was, of course, a no draw back in 2018 as well. And again, of course, you'd think Morocco would run away with this one. I've gone with a 3-0 win again. Clean sheet to boot. Wow. Next, of course, we have what do we have? Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. They're going to be locking arms against Tanzania on the 2nd of September as well. They've never played each other, of course, according to my knowledge. Heading into this, Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, have 42% form, just 1 win out of the past 4 games. Meanwhile, Tanzania come to 58% form, back-to-back wins for them. Those back-to-back wins, of course, beating the likes of Malawi and Libya, and of course, back-to-back clean sheets as well. As for Democratic Republic of Congo, they come into this on the back of their defeat to Tunisia. They did beat Gambia, lost to Gabon as well, and also lost to Cameroon. So not great form for them heading into this. I think I've actually gone with Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, to win this one. 2-0 win to take the 3 points, and again move them a little bit closer to, of course, passage to the Qatar. And then finally, the last one for this one is Madagascar taking on Benin. That's right, also locking horns on the 2nd of September. Of course, played each other 0 times. Will be the first time they've locked horns, of course, over in Group J. Of course, heading into this, what are we looking at? Madagascar 33% form without a win in 5. Of course, as for Benin, coming to 50% form without a win in 4. Of course, heading into this though, their last win for Madagascar was against Niger. It was a 6-2 win over the African Cup of Nations back in 2019. It's been a while. As for Benin, their last win was against Lesotho back in 2020, back in November. Of course, back-to-back wins it was. Beating Gabon, beating Lesotho as well in the African Cup of Nations, and a friendly, of course. So these two sides, a bit of an outsiders maybe for their group, but of course I'm going to go with a win for nobody. I'm going to go with a draw, 1-1 in the end, to give themselves an okay start to, of course, life in the World Cup qualifying campaign for Qatar. Of course, now this is match number 1, part 1. I do believe there's a part 2 for it with the likes of Namibia and Kenya, of course. They'll be, of course, in match number 2, hopefully. Hopefully I've worked it out. Again, make sure you check out the predictions, of course. There is a link for that, and I'll show you it just here, just to give you a reminder, of course, of that link. Here it is. It is match number 1, Cutley/WC22 Africa, boys and girls. There's a brand new Squeaky Clean Prediction League. There's a chance for you to flex your muscles. Get involved in that, and of course, I'll see you soon for the next one, which of course will be match number 1, part 2. To be fair, match number 2 might, part 2 might come before this one, but of course, it all works out in the end. But anyway, give the video a like, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. See you soon for the next one, whenever that is. Until then, we are done.